be arraigned in New York on a superseding indictment that charges him with obstruction of justice. Menendez was originally charged last year for acting as an agent for the Egyptian government and taking bribes. President Biden will be in New Hampshire today on the campaign trail. It's his first trip to the state in his quest for re-election, where he'll give a message about lowering costs for Americans and attend a private event later on. The stars came out last night for Hollywood's biggest event as the 2024 Oscars were handed out in Los Angeles. Michael Kastner has more.
The biggest winner was Oppenheimer, walking away with 7 trophies out of 13 nominations.
The Oscar for Best Actress went to Emma Stone for Poor Things and Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. The special counsel in charge of the investigation into President Biden's handling of classified documents will be on Capitol Hill tomorrow. Robert Hur is set to testify before a Republican-led House panel on Tuesday. His public testimony will be held before the House Judiciary Committee, led by Republican Jim Jordan of Ohio. Friday's deadly crash of a National Guard helicopter near the Texas border is being investigated by the National Transportation Safety Board. Military officials in New York identified the 2 soldiers who were killed as Army National Guard members Casey Frankowski and John Gracia III. Homeland Security officials said the Border Patrol agent who also died in the crash was Chris Luna. A social media video showing Mexican cartel members laughing about the crash is getting some attention. Texas Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez.
It's time for us to label cartels as terrorist organizations.
The National Guard soldiers from New York were on deployment supporting border protection operations. Meghan Markle is making the most of her time in Texas. She was the keynote speaker at Austin's South by Southwest Festival. From there, she and Prince Harry went to Uvalde, which is still recovering from the Robb Elementary massacre. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex met with the family of one of the victims. The royal family have been supporting them since the attack. Their foundation helped build a playground in Uvalde. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? Well, what would you do if you have a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's way too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times, addiction treatment is fully covered. So why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed to take time off by law, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are 2 good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call now, 800-398-7414. That's 800-398-7414.
It's time to shop in the cool, relaxed comfort of the Tri-City Shopping Center in Redlands, conveniently located on the I-10 freeway between the Alabama and Tennessee exits. Bring the kids too and watch them play in the only indoor fun center, High Five Indoor Playground, where parents are welcomed on the playground. Birthday celebrations are encouraged, so make plans for some great fun at the mall. More reasons why the Tri-City Center is called the Mall with a Heart.
Indy's Demolition in Huntington Park encourages listeners to shop small business and buy local. Buying from small businesses improves the health of our local economy and our nation. Jobs are created, homes enjoy stability, and local businesses support one another. So before visiting the mega chains and internet super warehouses, think local and invest in your hometown. That important community reminder is from Indy's Demolition. Call 323-835-6710 for Indy's Demolition in Huntington Park.
When you shop with local merchants, more of your money stays close to home. By helping support local businesses, we all benefit. This message from MyTran eShop, family owned and operated for over 30 years. Save and bring your foreign or domestic vehicle to MyTran eShop, located at 218-91 Alessandro Boulevard in Moreno Valley, or call 951-243-7675. Visit online at mytraneshop.com. That's MyTRANE shop.com. That's MyTran eShop, proud supporters of our local businesses. Grizzly Firearms in Moreno Valley reminds everyone that donating blood could save the life of a brave soldier, surgery patient, or an accident victim. Be a silent hero and give the gift of life. Donate to your nearest hospital or blood bank. It's safe and saves lives. That was courtesy of Grizzly Firearms at 24903 Sunnymead Boulevard in Moreno Valley, providing you with the best sales and service, including concealed carry, safety, and marksmanship training. Visit Grizzly Firearms online or at 24903 Sunnymead Boulevard.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. But I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so
Okay,
I can come
okay,
over.
come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome, you're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, NBC News Radio, CNBC, and NBC Sports Radio station. The station that leaves no listener behind. Can you tell it's Monday? And we had a nice break this weekend, so let me get my bearings straight. We are here because I am balancing out all the bad news out there with some good news. This is my consecutive week 619, but who's counting? And show number 1122. And so glad that you're here. And it is, instead of Mental Health Matters Mondays today, because yesterday you all were probably watching the Academy Awards. I don't know about you. Well, unless you're not a movie buff, I definitely am. So I thought today we would just talk about the show yesterday and how it impacted you and thoughts that you might have. So please do, if you're driving, please don't do this. But if you're not and you're landed somewhere safe, go to my YouTube TV channel and free subscribe. And that way you'll get an alert when I come on every weekday morning. But today in particular, you can go to the chat and put in your comments and any questions. So that's what we're doing today, and I'm so glad that you're here. And we're going to start with taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that we are starting every show with something that you are grateful for. 8 gratitudes on the top of the bun, 8 appreciations about yourself on the bottom of the bun, and that way I make sure you start your day in the most positive way. So we're going to do this. Frank's going to join me today. He is in my central studio out in the IE, and I'm going to start with my gratitude there for someone who takes his job seriously, helps me bring you this show every weekday morning. So you are my first gratitude, Frank. And his gratitude is he had a good weekend. He got to, let's see, where is that? He went to his uncle's with his dad to watch Supercross, which is a very cool sounding weekend. I am grateful that I got to watch the academies at my girlfriend. I call her the salsa in my love burrito, Emery, and new friend Allie. So that was super fun. And we did this a dollar bet, like they would announce the categories. You know me, I'm so competitive that like $1 just makes me even happier if I win the bet, and if I don't, it's not that big of a deal. So on not every category, but the categories that we were listening fully to and had watched the movies, we guessed on that, and I'm happy to report that I did win $3. But that was super fun. Frank is grateful for the nice weather today. Absolutely. It is beautiful. And normally I don't have a chance to show you how beautiful it is. Let's see if I can come back here. Nope. Is that gonna straighten out? Okay, we'll do it this way. Hope I'm not making you seasick. All right. I dropped the camera. I think it is, there it is. Can you see it? There we go. Oh, it's too bright, I think, for the beach. But anyways, that is, I also get a chance to adjust this. There we go. That is another gratitude and the visual confirmation of how beautiful it is today in California. And if you're anywhere else, just you can close your eyes and pretend you're here. All right, and let's see. Any more gratitudes? I am grateful that I've been really feeling naturally high. I'm doing and trying and experimenting with new things, aka dating, and haven't met someone that I want to spend more than one date with yet. But it's been a wonderful, interesting. After 7 year, I'm like the reverse 7 year itch. I guess I got an itch to start dating again. So that's been fun. So I'm grateful for that. And let's go to the bottom of the button, which is what are things that you appreciate about yourself? What do you like about yourself? And the reason why we do this is a lot of us have awareness now that we don't have maybe a balanced mental health. We are not as steady emotionally as we hope we are. With my honorable moniker Oprah, her definite emphasis and sharing of her own past, and also her interviews that really focus not just on what traditionally was either what you do, or as in the case of Jerry Springer, what crazy things people do. The focus instead is how do we edify ourselves? How do we feel good about ourselves? How do we get that peace of mind and peace of heart? And it is my BS, my belief system, that comes from some weightlifting around knowing who you are, liking who you are, self-care, self-love, self-soothing, that comes with knowing what's good about yourself. And if you don't know that, you have a tendency to walk around with antenna, who likes me, who thinks I'm good, who's attracted to me, and likes, like literally in social media these days, which is really counterproductive to knowing and having a base where you're good no matter how many likes you get or how many people like you or not. So that's why we do, what do we like about ourselves? So Frank, you're welcome to join in as well. And we will start with, I like my ability to readjust. I don't, it's not 100% great, but 88% of the time I'm good at adjusting. I like that I am so optimistic. It really makes me feel better. A lot of people ask me, why are you so positive? And honestly, it just feels better. When I'm pissed off, or I'm resentful, or I'm overly sad, which is my definition of depression, sadness on steroids, I don't feel good. And I really know that I'm supposed to feel good most of the time here as a human being on the planet. I can still help change things that are not what they could be: racism, unfairness, bullying. But I don't hate those things. I try to just focus on people, places, and things that are balancing out the negative with the positive. And that way I can still feel good, even when I'm doing things to try to make things better. So I like that about myself. Let's see. Frank likes his music creativity as a DJ. If you're looking for a DJ, he does great DJing. So I forget your website. You can put that down there somewhere. And he also has a show on KCAA on, you can put that in the chat too. I don't want to misspeak. I appreciate my ability to connect with a power out there that is responsible for everything unique and creative and fabulous, including myself and everybody else. If you're hung up on terms like God, or you're not religious, or you don't want to be religious, you can do things that are plugging in when you meditate to whatever. Some people use nature, but the ability to be more than just me. I do it through meditation every morning. Before I start my day, I take my plug out of my, not out of my butt, out of my tail, I guess, never mind. And I plug in through meditation to my UPS man, my universal power source, and he delivers every morning when I pray and meditate. So I appreciate my ability to know that I'm not a desert island. I can't function as a desert island. I am purposefully connected to something bigger. So I appreciate that about myself. And Frank is on Tuesdays at 7. So that was the end of that announcement. And the last thing that I like about myself is the ability to be direct. One of the things that I'm practicing in dating is asking for what I want. And that's, I had a video chat yesterday, and it was really good. That I think if people were more purposeful and understanding of themselves and what they are good at, what they're not good at, what they like, what they don't like, then when you're dating, you can ask and see if there's a match earlier on, because I'm all about saving time. Time is a non-renewable energy. It has a shelf life. And so for those of you who are dating out there, that's my tip for the day, is video chatting to have that first date so that you can figure out if there's a match or not is great. And what's interesting is I found out that there are many men who don't like doing that, which is like kind of surprising to me. But all right, that is it for having breakfast with me this morning. Thank you for joining me an hour later. And you can practice this. This is a discipline, a good life habit that I hope that you entertain yourself with for 28 consecutive days, and then it becomes a habit. Got it? Thanks. I hope that was a yummy breakfast for you as it was for me. All right, what are we gonna do? I wanted to react and give my 8 cents worth on the 98th Academy. Let's see. Actually, Frank, I'm kind of glad that we didn't get the show on the plan for new device, because it would be very difficult for me to share the screen with all the things that I wanted to. So I am going to just go and share with you, and then I can put the promo up too on Instagram for recaps. So this obviously will not be a monetized episode, but I thought it would be fun to look at the highlights of Academy Awards. And that should come up, and I love YouTube for that. And so those of you who were on my social did see I actually have a 96th Academy Awards. And this is on Jimmy Kimmel Live. And those of you, I don't know if you know this, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show my little promo here. And see if this doesn't capture what I'm talking about. Yep, here we go. Let's see. You can hear that?
Marissa, you know me as the Asian Oprah, and you will recognize this
The
guy
what?
live as Asian Oprah. I was introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah.
What did she say?
She looked down and said, "Nice pants."
Oh.
And it took everything for me not to say, "Do you want them?" But I didn't know, what was exactly
Yeah, you can't
under.
take your pants off in front of Oprah.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Oh, well, congratulations on being the Asian Oprah.
thank you. I have the number one show on NBC News Radio.
You know, they call me the Puerto Rican Jerry Lewis.
You're not funny at all.
Cannot change the past.
Please take yourself out of it. And he was right, because it's not about me. It's about a team that came together to make something greater than the sum of its parts. And that is the best part about making movies.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah, her mission.
All right. And that was on my social media. Let's see, where am I now? Did that share through, Frank? I hope it did. That was the soundbite that I got from Jimmy. And I am still, let me just focus on this for a second so that all my peeps on Instagram can join me. They need this special alert here. And this is Monday movie reviews. And I am on Doc Balance, by the way, on Instagram. So those of you who haven't, join me there on that social. And I'm recapping the Academy Awards this morning. All right, I am going to show you now. I love my life. All right, I think Jimmy Kimmel put it on his channel as well. All right, here we go.
Here are, in my opinion, 3 of the worst ways to invest in.
Close your eyes. Now, feel.
You're so beautiful.
I know. I was just thinking that. I haven't eaten in 3 weeks. I'm so hungry. I have to go host the Oscars.
Live from the Dolby Theater at Ovation Hollywood, please welcome tonight's host, Jimmy Kimmel.
Hi, everybody. Well, it's very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that partial standing ovation. And welcome to the 96th Oscars, everybody. Look at these beautiful human actors. What an honor it fabulous to be here. Thank you for having me back, and congratulations to each and every one of you for making it to the Academy Awards and for making it on time. The show, as you know, is starting an hour early this year, but don't worry, it will still end very, very late. In fact, we're already 5 minutes over, and I am not.
All right, I am going to show some of my favorite parts of the Oscars. This was definitely really funny.
Hello, Emily.
Wow. Bit of a frosty hello.
Not at all. No, I'm just happy that we can finally put this Barbenheimer rivalry behind us.
That's right. That's right. Here's Ken and Kitty. Just leaving all that fodder in the dust, guys, right? And the way this award season's turned out wasn't that much of a rivalry, so just let it go. So...
It's true. You guys are doing very well. You know, congratulations.
Thanks.
But you know, I think I kind of figured out why they call it Barbenheimer and they didn't call it Oppen Barbie.
Why?
Well, I think you guys are at the tail end of that because you were riding Barbie's coattails all summer.
Thanks for Ken-splaining that to me. All right, Mr. I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding. You're
Downey
kidding.
did not paint his abs on.
This is insane, Emily. This has got to stop. We have to squash this. We're here to celebrate the stunt community.
Massively, yes.
I am here to tell you today.
Love that. The thing that I really enjoyed too about the show was a lot of it was not as stiff as some of the presenters usually are. And I don't know about you, but I thought that was really great. One of my favorite parts, and I hope that they have this as a highlight, is did you notice when they were doing the best actor, best actress, best supporting, and best supporting actor and actress, they did the former people who had won the awards, and they had a personal touch of saying something about that actor. I thought that was like the best upgrade or improvement or new thing that the Oscars did. So whoever thought of that is brilliant and needs to have kudos. And the producers, somebody told me who the producer was. It was the wife of someone, and I never really paid attention necessarily. This is one of the great things about the strike, is the recognition that Hollywood is not just about the person you see on the screen, and no one was able to communicate that as well as Emma Stone and what she said in her acceptance speech. So I'm going to play that one. I think that one is absolutely brilliant as well.
It's an honor for us to present the award for Actress in Leading Role. The amazing Sandra Hüller is nominated for her role in Anatomy of a Fall as a woman accused of killing her husband. At the heart of this powerful performance is how Sandra maintains a certain ambiguity throughout, as if her character is capable of committing that crime. And here we are, Oscar night. and I still don't know if she did it.
Curious as a puppy and hungry as a bear, Emma Stone's brilliant Bella is unhinged, uninhibited, and completely original. With the fearlessness of a toddler, she awkwardly steps into the world, awakening into her body and the sensations of being alive without boundaries. It is an unforgettable and endearing character, created by an actor who is always surprising, who refuses to be categorized, and like Bella, is completely original. Bravo, Em.
Lily, you are the soul of Killers of the Flower Moon. Every second of your performance as Molly Burkhart is imbued with the plight, resilience, and spirit of the Osage people. Your advocacy offset is a powerful display of dedication and leadership, illuminating and helping us reconcile one of the darkest parts of our country's history. Congratulations. Annette. I've never been stung by a jellyfish. But seeing you endure it multiple times made me feel like I had. Watching you portray Diane Nayed is an intense sensory experience. You can taste the salt water, feel the sunburn, and relate to the relentless determination. Your work is a beautiful illustration of how to navigate the waves in the ocean and in life.
In Maestro, Carey Mulligan radiates as Leonard Bernstein's wife, Felicia. Shining a piercing light on their complicated yet enduring love. But this level of excellence is the norm for Carey. For in every role she takes on, she infuses it with a unique humanity. Without this spectacular performance, Maestro would not have been the movie it became. Carey, you are so deserving of this honor.
And the Oscar goes to Emma Stone.
This is a second Oscar win and fifth nomination for Emma Stone. She took home her first Oscar for her leading performance in La La Land. She is the second woman to be nominated for acting and Best Picture for the same film.
Boy, my dress is broken. I think it happened during I'm Just Ken. I'm pretty sure. Oh boy, this is really overwhelming. Sorry, okay. My voice is also a little gone. Whatever. The women on the stage, you are all incredible, and the women in this category. Sandra, Annette, Carey, Lily, I share this with you. I'm in awe of you, and it has been such an honor to do all of this together. I hope we get to keep doing more together. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my God, I'm totally, okay. The other night, I was panicking, as you can kind of see. Happens a lot. that maybe something like this could happen. And Yorgos said to me, please take yourself out of it. And he was right, because it's not about me. It's about a team that came together to make something greater than the sum of its parts. And that is the best part about making movies, is all of us together. And I am so deeply honored to share this with every cast member, with every crew member, with every single person who poured their love and their care and their brilliance into the making of this film. And Yorgo, thank you for the gift of a lifetime in Bella Baxter. I am forever thankful for you. Thank you for inviting all of us to be members of this team. Thank you. And I know I have to wrap up, but I really just want to thank my family, my mom, my brother Spencer, my dad, my husband Dave. I love you so much. And most importantly, my daughter, who's going to be 3 in 3 days and has turned our lives technicolor. I love you bigger than the whole sky, my girl. So thank you so much. Don't look at the back of my dress. Thank you.
All right. Well, I hope that you. Yeah, I do too. All right. I'm gonna leave that there for a second and just remind you where you are and what you're tuned into. This is Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, the station that leaves no listener behind, home to the Asian Oprah. And I'm so delighted that you're with me this morning. Orville Nation is in the chat. Those of you, I see eyeballs, so there are people watching, and I hope you're enjoying this Monday. Normally I do Mental Health Matters Mondays, and every once in a while I slip in a movie review. And I thought, in honor of the 96th Academy Awards yesterday, which I thought was brilliant, that I would spend this particular episode recapping and outlining some of my favorite moments. And I had mentioned before I showed that I love the way they personalized the nominations for the major categories by having former winners come and say a few personal words about the nominee. And then Emma Stone, like, I just got emotional again, probably even more, because now I knew what she was going to say. Those of you who did not watch that film or did not like that film, and I know there are friends of mine who really did not like that film because I think they focused on the nudity in the movie versus the message in the movie, that it was the writing and I think it was an adapted screenplay, but the way in which the whole idea of misogyny was brought so cleverly to the watchers and listeners of it, the enjoyers of this movie, was, I think, just fantastic. There's one thing to get angry in the Me Too movement, which was necessary, or exposing people who were violators, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, all of that. That's one way to bring about what's wrong with society in terms of the way we treat our women. But having a movie that was just honestly so irreverently funny, because it took that whole topic and sort of turned it on its head. So I'm not going to do any more spoiler. I'm reading and I'm not understanding the chat comments. Horrible. I, wanted to spend the show highlighting some of that, because I think it is very aligned with my show and how I conduct this show. And those of you who know, I am very grateful that I've had the celebrities I've had on my show that are, you know, at least, especially for the older generation, you know, household names from Leave It to Beaver, Jerry Mathers to Fran Drescher, who's the current SAG president, to half the cast of Happy Days, to, you know, just, and so on and so on and so on. So I am very happy to have had many celebrity interviews on the red carpet as well as on the show. And people will assume that I am starstruck, or that is the purpose of the show, to bring on, you know, actors and actresses to talk about their lives. And that's actually not true. Those who have been with me since the beginning know that the only reason that I have an actor or an actress on the show is because they've taken their limelight and shone it on an area of temporary darkness in order to bring that word to the masses, to, you know, as I found out this last trip to Australia, to halfway around the world, to know that there are solutions to whatever it is that we are experiencing that is in the dark. So that's why Fran Drescher came on, not to talk about the nanny, and I had her on twice now. She wasn't SAG president then, but it was to talk about cancer and preventative cancer, because she has taken her own experience of having cancer and started this incredible movement of education around preventing cancer. And that's why she was on my show. So I am happy and grateful. It's funny, yesterday I actually got contacted by someone from Jason Alexander's camp, who is having a celebrity poker tournament to aid in a nonprofit. And, you know, that's why I was happy to engage in the conversation. And it turns out, you know, the timing is not good, and they are actually full, so they don't necessarily need the promotion. But that case in point, you know, I am so grateful that I have that platform with which to bring those kinds of messages to all y'all. All right. So that's what we're doing today, is recapping and pointing out those things in the ceremony, in this whole Hollywood process, that is definitely making the maybe what appears to be a surface item. You know, I hear criticisms from people who are like, you know, movies isn't reality, and we over put emphasis on this whole area. But what I've learned about film, and I love film, and I love balance too. You can't be working all the time, and definitely movies and films are something that I love to be entertained with. But it's also the ability to have a platform to make some comments. And those of you who saw on my social, and I showed it at the beginning, you know, my little soundbite with Jimmy, the host. You know, he's unapologetic about his disdain for the leadership that is misogynistic, and I will agree with that, but I'm not going to go any further than that, because I do say that this, we don't do political rhetoric. But I have to mention that thing, those of you who watched it, you were, it was awesome that it was the funny part at the very end where he was reading the review. Okay, now I saw that. I'm so sorry that apparently you didn't see the 3 minutes of the sharing. Now, Frank did not notify me of that, so maybe where you, I don't know why. What I did show was Emma Stone's acceptance speech. So I apologize if you didn't see that. Frank did that. Was there some technical thing that went on? Because I thought I shared it. but we'll try this again. I'm not going to repeat it, but I wanted to share some more. And it was specifically the speech from, let's see, no, it wasn't Robert Downey Jr. It was the last, was it the last? Oh, this was also beautiful too. Hopefully. Okay, this is not. Let's see.
I love the violin.
Oh, this is not.
The hardest things in my life is probably my family's health. Everybody's always getting sick back to back.
All right. I do want to watch this later, but it is not what I wanted to show you. So let's.
Of this year's nominated songs, and now it's time for the award.
And the Oscar goes to Billie Eilish and Phineas.
This is the second Oscar win and second nomination for Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell.
All right. Let's see. I am going to go to, let's see, live stream. I apologize. I had this ready somewhere else. And all right, let's do this one.
The future is not just going to happen. You have to make it. And if you want a successful business,
We'll take a look. We want to give you a live look right here at 5 o'clock at the Dolby Theater at nominees, the presenters, even the big post-party menu. But it's those unpredictable moments that are the stuff of Oscar legend.
With a theater full of some of the world's most famous people on a live broadcast for nearly 4 hours, anything can happen.
Oppenheimer. With most of the top awards for this Sunday's Oscars looking pretty locked, this is a good time to remember that the best part of Hollywood's biggest...
Okay, I apologize.
And Maria, I see Oppenheimer.
At the 96th Academy Awards, it was an explosive night for Oppenheimer, the film winning 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director for Christopher Nolan.
We don't know where this incredible journey is going from here, but to know that you think that I'm a meaningful part of it means the world to me.
Cillian Murphy also taking home his first Oscar for his leading role as Robert Oppenheimer.
For better or for worse, we're all living in Oppenheimer's world, so I would really like to dedicate this to the peacemakers everywhere.
Emma Stone. Emma Stone's lively performance in Poor Things, earning her second Best Actress statue, which she dedicated to her daughter.
My daughter, who's going to be 3 in 3 days and has turned our lives technicolor. I love you bigger than the whole sky, my girl.
The acting wins all the more special with a new twist this year. Past winners introducing the new.
All right, so I just understand now. So it was showing on Facebook and my LinkedIn, but the powers that be on copyright are not allowing me to show it on here. So thanks, Orville, for the notice. Well, the good news is, as you're pointing out, that YouTube has their eye on me. So I'll focus on that positive thing. We learn, don't we? I totally respect the copyright thing, and I hope that YouTube understands I'm not trying to do anything except make points on this show in case anybody is listening as well as having an eye on it. And thank you so much, Orville Nation, for the glad to have you around. He gave me money to make me feel better for that. But I'm so glad you've joined me on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. So I actually took some video on my phone last night, and now I am afraid to show it to you. But I did want to highlight, and I'm trying to remember exactly what his name was, and I apologize for that. But his speech in particular was also very moving. I believe it was from, oh yes, it was the first Oscar ever ever won by a Ukrainian. And in his speech, he said, I wish that I am grateful, or I appreciate that I won this award, but I wish that I had not, that it did not exist, because it did reflect Russia's invasion and war, and what they have done, the destruction in Ukraine. And this is another good example of, how movies can and do. I love movies based on true stories. They can and do bring attention and focus on things that, we don't want to talk about, or we don't even know about it, that's happening all over the world, that absolutely does happen, and our attention should be on them, not to hate it necessarily, but again, to bring that healing eye or light of attention to areas that need some money energy, attention energy, problem solutions, creativity, innovation. How do we help or focus on something so it doesn't happen again? And so his speech that I was going to show, but I can't because I'm getting watched by YouTube for that. But I'm going to bring Oscar winner. Yeah, I want to make sure you can go later to see and watch his acceptance speech, to watch what I was talking about. So at least it's called Mariupol, and it's the Ukraine war film. 20 Days in Mariupol wins Oscar for Best Documentary. And so without playing, here's the picture, but that is the one that I was talking about and would like you to follow up on to take a look at. All right, so what else? I also love the comedy. For those who saw the Batman exchange with Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger, and then Batman in the audience, it was really, really funny. That was also one of my absolute favorite moments in the Academy Awards. So let's see. Will I ever have Cheryl, Bobby Kennedy, and Larry David back to talk Curb Your Enthusiasm? I actually met Cheryl in Peru, and her husband, Bobby Kennedy, and I think that's what you're referring to have them back. I have not met, I've met very briefly with Larry David at Cantor's, where they were filming. Those of you who've never been, I'm going to give them a shout out because they love me and I love them. The staff at the Best Jewish Deli, it's in near the farmer's market in, I guess that's LA, but you have to get the fish platter with the sable is my favorite dish. But that's where I met Larry David. But I was really pleased to meet Bobby Kennedy and Cheryl backstage in Peru. I was there traveling, part of hashtag Peru 22 with the Agape International Choir. We were opening a choir competition, and they came backstage. So that was kind of cool. I don't know if I will be able to have them, but anyways, that is a response to your question. Let's see, we are coming up on the last part of it. What have I forgotten to tell you about the awards? I think I told you how fabulous it was to have the nominees presented. Kudos to that idea. It was also fabulous to have, of course, my favorite Jimmy, with that soundbite, the Puerto Rican Jerry Lewis, as he calls himself, do the hosting and the monologue as well. Let's see. Oh, I know. I need to give away something today. Since it's not Mental Health Monday, I'm not going to give away my, I'm not going to give away the audiobook, but instead I'm giving away tickets to a show. I don't know why we're just not quite. There we go. It's Monday. Not Engelbert Humperdinck. Hold on. We are going to all right. We are going to give away tickets to, where are you? One of Las Vegas's top 3 entertainers, Wayne Newton, 65 years and counting. Did you know that he is up there with Elvis and Frank Sinatra as one of the top 3 entertainers of the century in Nevada? So I'm giving away pairs of tickets from now until the show, thanks to one of my longtime show sponsors, Where Music Meets the Soul Productions. And this will be Friday, March 29th. I will be there giving you the tickets at will call. And it is going to start at 6 o'clock. Okay, and doors open at 6, the show's at 8. So if you would like a pair of tickets to Wayne Newton, who is a long time, and you'll enjoy his music. You know, there are some younger listeners and watchers who do enjoy older music. I would invite you to go to www.drmarissa.life. And then if you stay there for a second, there will be a pop-up that comes up and you can put your, there it is, join the Happy 88 family, put in your email, and then if it's today, I'll know that you want the tickets and I'll give you details on how to get that. All right? That's because I'm giving for the Asian Oprah giveaway. That is my special privilege to do that, and I'm grateful for it. All right. Oh, good morning, Maria. I should have messaged you to come on early. I don't know if you're interested in the Oscars. Did you watch them last night? I did a whole recap. I tried to do a recap, but Orville was kind enough to tell me that I was being watched and blocked by YouTube by showing some of it. But I apologize if it was a little hiccupy today. It's one of the 12% of the time instead of the 88% fabulous, but I'm so glad you were here. Please join me tomorrow when I show you, let's see, Tuesday Talent. It's a surprise, but we'll see you back here tomorrow. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you tomorrow.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters.